1 minute to introduce you. Is that okay?
Sorry, what?
I will take 1 minute to introduce you. Is that okay?
Oh, of course, yes, sure.
Okay. Um, Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where you're joining from. My name is Parneet. I'm a researcher and teaching assistant, and I'll be hosting this session. Thank you for being here. Dr. Hannah is an expert neuroscientist and neurosurgeon. She hails from Belarus. Um, she has previously worked on reconstructive neurosurgery and neuro-oncology, and she's currently working at R3 Biotechnologies. Her discovery in neuro-oncology, particularly on the role of simplex herpes virus on glial cell tumors, is paving the way for the development of new medical treatments. And her work's been featured in several prestigious journals and conferences. She was also recently awarded the Women Changing the World Awards this year. Beyond her research, she's also the co-founder of PigPug Health, a brain training platform for children with ADHD and autism. Today, she's here to inspire us and share more about her journey. Welcome, Dr. Hannah. We're really grateful and glad to have you here. Thank you for taking out the time to chat to us. And without further ado, over to you.
Yes, thank you so much for introduction. Thank you so much for invitation. I'm happy to be here today and see so many people who are passionate about brain and neuroscience and neurotechnologies. Do you see my screen? Do you see my presentation?
Yes, it's there.
Okay, wonderful. So I want to start from neuroplasticity. Yes. So you all know that neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to change and adapt due to experience. So I want to say that my today's talk, it's not a lecture, it's more like a story. And my goal, as you said, like, yes, is to inspire you not to fear change. Embracing change is a core function of our nervous system, and it plays a vital role in keeping our brains young and healthy. So I want to share with you my story, and I want to make this presentation interactive. I will ask you some questions from time to time, and I will ask you to participate in it, answer these questions in the chat. So yeah, be ready to participate in my presentation. So because I want it to be entertaining. And about the agenda, we have 1 hour, about 1 hour for presentation for my talk and Q&A. And I would like to share my journey with you, talk about my projects, about neuro career development in general. I would like to talk about trends in this field and share with you resources you can use to develop your career in the field of neuroscience and neurotechnology. So I would like it to be useful for you. And I start my presentation with my hobbies and interests. And you will understand later why. As you see in this quote, like Nicholas Sparks, he said, like, passion and satisfaction go hand in hand, and without them, any happiness is only temporary because there is nothing to make it last. And so my passion is, of course, brain and neuroscience. Also, I like to travel and travel along. And you see this picture on the left side. This is my photo 15 years ago in the United States from Grand Canyon. It was first time when I came to the US as for work and travel student program, and I was fallen completely in love with this country and especially with California, and I was always dreaming to move here one day. And I'm passionate about literature and especially poetry. I write poems, but it's in Russian language. I'm native Belarusian and Russian speaker. And it's a bit challenging for me to write in English because, yes, English is not my first language. So recently I attended the one of the courses, leadership courses from Stanford Lead Program. It was Power of Story course. And we were asked to introduce ourselves in creative way. So I realized, okay, I'm a poet. How can I introduce myself? And it's challenging for me to write poems in English, as I said. So I asked ChatGPT to create a poem for me. And I used the prompt, just my LinkedIn bio, and asked to create a poem. And you know what? It's pretty good, I think. So Pernit already made the introduction, but I will introduce myself through a poem. From scalpel's grace to healing arts, a neurosurgeon with boundless heart, decade of wisdom, skill refined, in neuro-oncology brilliance shines. Now in the US, talent embraced, EB1A's mark, her journey traced, co-founder bold with vision wide, Peak Health, where hope and tech collide, a coach who guides, a poetess true, an artist's soul in all she pursues, with passion deep, her path she steers to light the way and calm young fears. And I love it because I would like to help you to overcome fears about changing. That's yeah, it's good to change your career. It's good to make a pivot sometimes when you think that you develop your career pathway in one way, and then it's okay to change it in another way, especially in our fast-paced and ever-changing world. And yes, I moved to the United States 2 years ago uh, for neurosurgical training, and then I was offered a job and started to work in a biotech company, and then I became a co-founder of a neurotech company here in the US. So that's the story. But originally, I'm from Belarus. This is a small country in Europe. Not super small, but yeah, the population is about 10 millions. And you see how beautiful my country is. So we have a lot of forests and lakes and castles. And if you ever have a chance, I highly recommend you to visit. And to get acquainted with you a little bit, please type in the chat, where are you from? Because I know this is the international student conference and people, immigrants from different countries are here. Just type in the chat, where are you from and what do you love the most about your country, your original country? So feel free to tell us. Okay. Do you see my slides? Yes. Try to. Okay. So originally I'm from Belarus and my education is in the medical field. I graduated from Belarusian State Medical University, and then I went to the internship and residency in neurosurgery and became a neurosurgeon, and the whole career was more than 10 years. And my specialty was in neuro-oncology and neuro-oncology and spine neurosurgery, brain tumor surgery, especially reconstructive neurosurgery. So it was my journey, and I worked for more than 10 years in Belarusian Republican Research and Clinical Center for Neurology and Neurosurgery. It's one of the biggest research centers in Belarus. We have 7 operating rooms, 4 neurological, 3 neurosurgical departments, and more than 2,000 neurosurgical procedures were performed annually. Now it's even more for citizens of the country and foreign citizens. I'm looking at the chat. Okay, Canada, Iran, Maryland, Egypt, Croatia, Spain. Wonderful. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your answers. Yeah, I'm glad to know you a little bit better. So yeah, I spent more than 10 years in this research and clinical center for neurology and neurosurgery. And I was always interested in development, and I was passionate about education and communication with my foreign colleagues. And one of the tips I would like to share with you that to promote your career and find new opportunities, it's very good to be a member of an association, a professional association. So as a member of European Association of Neurosurgical Societies, I was able to travel a lot in the United States, in Europe, and I visited different clinics, and I was able to get fellowships and education in Germany, in the United Kingdom. It was really awesome, and it helped me to build my career. It helped me to build my knowledge and skills. And I was also passionate about neurotechnologies, and my first project in this field as a neurosurgeon in neurotechnology was creation of NeuroNovember. It was local neuronavigation system for our Belarusian neurosurgery, and it was a great project, and I'm proud about. So 2 years ago, as a member of European Association of Neurosurgical Societies, and I applied for grant. It was a grant between American and European Association for neurosurgical training in endovascular neurosurgery. And I won this grant, and it helped me to come to the United States, but it was in 2020, and then this training program was postponed because of COVID. So actually, I was able to make it in 2022, and this is how I came to Memphis, Tennessee, and it was a wonderful time at Medical Education and Research Institute. And if you're interested in education, in getting some skills in anatomy, neuroanatomy, you can check the profile, you can check the website of this Education and Research Institute and find opportunities of hands-on trainings. It's really amazing. So this was my entry point to the United States 2 years ago, and after that, I went to the conference, longevity conference, with my friends. And at the conference, I met a person who was inspired by my background and actually offered me a job in a biotech startup in the Bay Area. And I decided to say yes. Even though I understood that to become a neurosurgeon here in the US, it's a long journey. I need to get a medical license for 2 or 3 years to pass exams, and then neurosurgical residency again for 7 years. It's a lot. So I decided to make this pivot and focus on neuroscience and neurotechnologies in the career. So now I make neurons from stem cells and do experimental surgeries on animals and study brain aging, basically. But besides of that, I also passionate about neurotechnologies, and I like this Forbes article about the future of neurotechnology and main trends to watch, to look at. And 5 key trends you can see. There are neurofeedback, functional MRI, brain-computer interfaces, transcranial magnetic stimulation, and neuroprosthetics. I decided to combine neurofeedback and brain-computer interfaces, and I became a co-founder of a startup named PickPack Health. As you know, brain-computer interfaces, they can be invasive and non-invasive, and they help our brain to communicate with computer, with technologies, and it helps brain-computer interfaces helps patients with different disorders in their rehabilitation process, in restoring the lost functions, and so on and so forth. So as a doctor, I understand that our brain health is the biggest value in our life. But nowadays, more and more people need help in improving their mental health. And there are about 6 million of kids with attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder in the United States. And another problem is prescribed psychostimulant drug use disorder. an addiction, basically. So little kids, if they are prescribed psychostimulants like Adderall or Ritalin from 5, 6 years old, they can contribute to the numbers of prescribed psychostimulants addiction, and it has to be fixed. So I, with my co-founder, we started to look for alternatives, what we can offer as an alternative for little kids, and this is how we came up with an idea of neurofeedback brain training platform. So what we created here, brain-computer interface. This is the EEG headset. I will show you. I have a prototype. So that's the headset. It has electrodes inserted inside. I'm not sure if you will see, but yeah, the electrodes here. And also electrodes, dry electrodes, they are here in this movable, it's blurred, movable bands. So you can wear the headset and adjust the position of electrodes and move them in the way you want and basically get EEG data from any part of the brain. So the idea was to make the device, the hardware, easy to use because classic neurofeedback looks like this. So it's clunky hardware, like a helmet. You need to go to the clinic. They put gel or glue on your hair. I experienced this on myself, and it's actually not really convenient. And if we talk about kids with ADHD, they don't like it. They just throw it away. And another thing is the content for neurofeedback session. So in my case, as an adult, I was watching a video of animals walking in the forest. And when I was focused and concentrated, this video was colorful, beautiful. When I was unfocused, it became black and white. So this is how I knew that I need to focus and concentrate, though. So the system analyzes your EEG data, your brain waves patterns, and then adjusts the content you watch to the situation in your brain and make you concentrate. So it's like a brain training process. And that's what we did in our startup, Big Buck Health. We created a special games for kids. They are AI powered. And also we created a platform to unite neurofeedback trainers and parents and kids so they can communicate, interact, and provide and perform the sessions remotely from home under the supervision of neurofeedback trainer. And we have this headset. So this is about my involvement into neurotechnology field in the United States. So yes, as you probably know, to build a career in the field of neuroscience or neurotechnology, sometimes you need to make a hard choice between academia and industry. And nowadays, there are a huge trend of moving people, researchers, bright minds from academia to industry, because this is a well-developing industry and it's growing, the market is growing. And entry point to the industry field is a little bit easier. And yes, I moved from another country. I'm MD in Europe. I have European license, but I don't have the license here in the United States to work with patients, but I can work in science and also I can work in the industry, as I said, as a co-founder. Nowadays, I can work as a chief science officer or other leadership roles I can use without actually profound educational background in the United States specifically, but I know I have the industry knowledge, and that's the main thing. And if you are from another countries, and if you think that, okay, what should I do if I graduated from another university, not from the US university, or you don't have a PhD, it's not actually a huge problem. Yeah, if you would like to choose the industry neuro career path. It's different in academia, but sometimes to combine both pathways, it's also possible. And I don't know about your situation, but also if you can share in the chat, where would you, it's even interesting, what's your career aspiration? Where would you prefer to build your career pathway? Is it academia? You want to become a professor, read lectures at Stanford, Berkeley, whatever, to students about neuroscience and so on? Or you would like to develop your own startup, build a career in neurotech or neuroscience related industry? So what's your plan for the future? It will be interesting. And it's a good time for you to set up your goal maybe uh, for your career development. Yeah, feel free to type in the chat, academia or industry, and let's see. Academia research. Okay. Feel free to interact and type in the chat. Okay, while are you answering, we will move forward and look at the market in neurotechnology field. So actually, a few years ago, the market was about 12 billion, and it keeps growing. And by 2030, it will be about 40 billion, and it's huge. So the market is growing, and what it tells to us that this industry will grow and that there will be a lot of opportunities to implement your skills, to implement your knowledge in the field of neurotechnology. And I would say that this is a great opportunity to start right now and develop something in the industry. I just want to inspire you and encourage you to do this because I think that in 5 or 10 years, brain-computer interfaces, they will be everywhere. We will be augmented with BCIs in different ways. And I'm happy to see that this is a growing trend, especially for neurostimulation and especially for neuroprosthesis. Because my passion, my biggest passion is to help patients, neurosurgical patients, with technologies. And nowadays I don't do surgical procedures here in the US on humans, but I'm happy to help patients at least through neurotechnologies. Okay, so talking about career development, if you want to succeed, these are some tips for you to look at. And of course, this is education and continuous studies and different fellowships. And I will share with you some resources you can use to improve your knowledge. But I think that, yeah, it's important to be smart and it's important to know the industry. But maybe the most important thing, is networking and visibility. And from one of, again, Stanford leadership courses, I've learned about the Power course. And this course was based on the book Power, written by, let me blur myself because otherwise you. So yeah, this is a wonderful book written by Jeffrey Pfeffer. The name of the book is Power. And I highly recommend you to read this book because it will help to boost your career significantly. As I said, being smart is not enough. You need networking, you need visibility to find new opportunities, to show up and open new doors and create something new. That's, I think it's so important. I highly recommend you this book. So for networking, it's important to visit different industry events or conferences. It will give you a chance to develop research, to present your publications, the results of your research, and so on and so forth. Another wonderful thing is apply for awards. And you can apply for awards through different associations, professional associations, or through industry, business awards. There are so many different possibilities for you to apply. And if you don't have immigration status in the United States right now, and if you consider moving to the United States, it will definitely help you to apply for talent visa like O1A or EB1A. That's what I did. And it can help you to get permanent residence in the US and get a green card. And one of the topics I mentioned here is immigration in career development, because basically immigration gives you access to the resources. I want to say that, yes, even though I had a wonderful job in my country in Belarus, I worked in the biggest and the largest neurosurgical institute in my country, but there was no enough resources for research, for innovations, and all this stuff, unfortunately. And I wanted to beat this ceiling, and immigration helped me to do this. And I'm so happy that now I'm in the United States, in the Bay Area, and I have contact. I have access to neurotechnologies, and I have access to people who build these technologies, and even I am build these technologies, and I'm extremely proud of myself. And I encourage you to do the same. Another thing which can help you to improve your career is coaching. And I would say that coaching actually helped me to overcome my fears in immigration process. When I was in Belarus, I completed a coaching certification from International Coaches Union. And it's about changing the mindset, because we live in a bubble of bubble created by our mindset, but sometimes it's always important to look at different situations, at your career, at your life, your personal life, whatever, from different angle. And coaching helps you to achieve this goal. And I want to share with you a great resource. This is the Institute of Neuro Approach. Check this website. You can book even from the beginning, I guess you can book even a free session with a neuro career coach. And this coach has access to the field, to the industry, understanding of the companies, and good connections, and so on and so forth. So yeah, this is a wonderful resource for you to check out. Another thing I want to mention again is professional associations. As I said, I moved to the US due to the grant for neurosurgical training. And I was able to get this grant because I was a member of European Association of Neurosurgical Societies. And then here in the US, I joined American Association and Congress of Neurological Surgeons and some other professional associations. They help to promote their career through, again, awards, community building, partnerships, membership spotlights. You can show up, you can improve your visibility through professional associations. It's really helpful. You can apply for scholarships or awards. And here I want to mention the podcast, Neuro Careers podcast by my good friend, Milena Korostenskaya. The name of the podcast is Doing the Impossible. So if you look at this podcast, you will be able to listen for stories from people in neurotechnology industry, different fields, and how to navigate your career. For today, she published, if I'm not mistaken, 100 podcast episodes already. And they are so inspiring stories. And with every guest, you can connect on LinkedIn. You can find this person, and I highly recommend you to check it out. Okay, and important thing for career development Is it in academia? Is it in industry field? It's actually funding. So you need money. You need money. You need to know how to pitch your idea. You need to present your idea, apply for a grant, or if you decide if you will decide to create your own startup or your company. So this is another field, another set of skills and knowledge you need to create and develop. And I will share with you some resources in this field also. So yeah, I mentioned the podcast. Okay, awards. The program, when I came to the United States, it was a program between ENAS, American Association, and Neurosurgery Research and Education Foundation. And now I keep being a member of these associations and try to support them and donate and so on, because I want to support the industry. And with this slide, I want to share with you a possibility to apply for the award if you are a medical student. But this award exactly for female medical students. So if you're a medical student in a good standing, you can apply for this award, Murashka Leadership Award. And the deadline is December 16th. So you can check out and try again to build your visibility to move forward. So it doesn't matter if you the field where you training. So you should. It's not necessarily neurosurgery. So you can be just a medical student. So I recommend you to try. Yes, a part of all this. In the beginning, I mentioned education and continuing studies and fellowships, and Patrick gave a wonderful talk us about the computer science. I missed the whole talk. I joined in the end, but I catched a little bit of the information. So it's not enough just to know a neuroscience, but of course it's important. So, but we all know that it's important to build other skills. So it's not enough for me to be a neurosurgeon or neuroscientist. I need to learn coding. I need to look at the basics of computer science and mathematics and even engineering. And how to do this, how to build these skills. For this purpose, we can use different educational programs. And I want to share with you these programs, and hopefully you will find them interesting. One of these programs is my Neurotech Micro Credential Program. And if you will check the podcast I mentioned already, you can listen to talk with the founder of these programs, Susan Bonke. So this is basically the program. And you can study neuroscience and neurotechnology, like basic knowledge, and neuroelectronic recording and processing, and neuroimaging. You can learn about neuroentrepreneurship, neuroethics, neuromodulation, behavior assessment techniques and technologies, and neuromarketing, and even brain-computer interfaces. So many different fields you can explore and study with this micro-credential program and get the certificate. It's a great opportunity. And here is the QR code. You can find the program in LinkedIn and social networks, or simply scan the QR code and find more information about this program. Just a second. Okay, this is one resource. Another resource provided by UC Berkeley is a Neurotech Collider Lab. I don't know if you heard about this or not. You can also check Neurotech Collider Lab website and look for opportunities provided by UC Berkeley. But this particular course I put on the slide is about mental health and problem solving in the field of mental health and even beyond. So it will help you to enhance your knowledge, improve your practical experience, in the understanding how it works, how you can build a solution in the field of mental health. And yes, I find this program really great, really wonderful for you. So feel free to check the information and apply. Another great program is a Neural Storm training program provided by UC Berkeley. And also you can apply for the fellowship in early March each year. So it's gonna be soon. Don't miss the opportunity to improve your skills. Check the QR code and check the program. This is Neurotech course, another wonderful course you can apply for. The next sprint will start next year at February. And what is good about this course, this is a free resource, so you can just apply. You can choose self-guided journey, or you can join a team of 25 up to 25 participants and go through this course all together. And again, you will be able to learn about neuromarketing. You will be able to learn about neuro entrepreneurship, creating your own project or startup or idea and develop this idea. You can learn about engineering process, about clinical trials, using the neuro devices and so on and so forth. And this is for free. And I find this an amazing opportunity and resource to be involved in the field of neuro. Okay, what's next? Mission Brain Foundation. Yeah, it's mostly for neurosurgeon, but not only for neurosurgeons, but for neuroscientists as well. It's an interdisciplinary association, also powered by students. You can apply for annual hackathons and join the group of innovators from all around the world to deal with challenges in neuroscience. You can collaborate with your peers, create ideas, compete for the prizes, apply for awards. You can join NeuroCamp, and also you can join the Women in Neuroscience Global Symposium. This is a leadership program for women in neuroscience, and it's amazing. So another wonderful source for you. Please save this information for yourself. And if you are local, if you are in the Bay Area, I encourage you to participate in in-person neurosciences seminar series at Stanford, provided by Woodside Neurosciences Institute. You can come, you can chat, you can get the coffee with professors, with your peers, and discuss different innovations, discuss cutting-edge technologies in the field of neuroscience and brain research and beyond. And I visited several of these seminars. They are awesome, they are amazing. And again, if you are here, don't miss a chance to participate in person, because of course, so many resources we can apply online, but in-person interaction is the way better. And yes, I guess it's a great chance to build good connections, warm connections, and find new opportunities for your career development. Talking about immigration as an access to resources, I want to slightly cover the topic of new opportunities for US grads after current elections in the United States. I also visited the webinar about changes in immigration process after the elections. And what's good for the students that there are a new green card pathway for students of US colleges, and it actually will help you to obtain permanent residency after graduation. But to look at the opportunities, you need to contact your immigration attorney for more information. But this is a great chance to yes, get the access to all the resources the United States can provide to boost neurotechnology field and innovations in brain research. And if you're interested in building your own company, let's say, or your own startup, or developing your own idea, if you are in the United States, or for example, if you are abroad and you want to move to the United States, on any type of visa, you can be founder or co-founder. And I want to share with you this venture capital studio of Unshackled Ventures. The main focus, they are focused on immigrants and on students especially. So they can help if they like your idea, you can pitch them, you can apply for the residency once a year, they organize a residency. They can invest to your idea in the field of BCIs, neuroscience, from the early beginning, on early stage, even when, if you don't have website, if you don't have even a pitch deck, but you just have an idea and you can describe this idea beautifully. If they choose you, they will invest in you and they will help you in your immigration journey. I also find this an amazing and it's a good resource for you to check out. So please don't miss this chance if you want to be a neuro entrepreneur. Okay. And I would like to finish with a quote of Melinda French Gates. She's a philanthropist and a businesswoman and author and inspirational leader. And she gave a talk for Stanford graduate students this year. And what she said, it deeply resonates with me. And that's what I want to share with you. And the whole message I want to share with you through my talk is resist the idea that anything you've done has already locked you into one path or any one kind of life or career. Remember that once a wave learns to call itself by a different name, once it realizes it's not just a wave, but it's water, it becomes free to take on new forms. The same is true for you. We live in a fast-changing world. There are so many information. The technologies, they developed so fast, so we cannot even process all this information. It's so hard. But it's good for us to change, to adapt our career and our goals. And I wish you good luck in your near career journey, neuroscience journey. I hope that my lecture, let's say, my story inspired you to consider immigration, neuro entrepreneurship. And if you have any questions, if you want to talk more, if you need any advice, whatever, feel free to connect with me in LinkedIn. Here is the QR code to my LinkedIn page. I would be happy to answer your questions. Yes, and if, let me see the chat. Yeah, so if you have questions, yeah, let's move to Q&A section. We have about 10 minutes for this, and I'd be happy to answer. Yeah.
So Miriam asks, if you went back in time, would you try and pursue neurosurgery in a country other than the US?
You know, that's a good question. I was thinking about this because I was thinking about when I was in Belarus, I was like, okay, maybe I will move to Germany or the United Kingdom. It's the process to become a neurosurgeon with my background, and it's easier than in the US. But the thing is, I love the United States. And when I came here 15 years ago for work and travel student program to California, I realized that my heart belongs to California and I want to build my career here. And it's about the ability to change and pivot. And for me, my mission is to help people. My mission is to help neurosurgical patients, neurological patients. And I can do it in another way, not necessarily making them surgeries on their brain, but I can maybe do even more through neurotechnologies. And this is why I'm here, and I'm happy to be here. And I'm not going to go anywhere else. I already received my green card, and I'm ready to build my journey here. Yeah. Okay. Any other
Thank you.
questions?
Um, Thank you so much for sharing the tips that you've shared, your experiences as an immigrant, and sharing about all those opportunities that people can go for. Looking at the chat, I can see that you have inspired several of the researchers on this talk. And we've got a question about some resources that you shared. Are there any things that you would recommend to high schoolers? Are such opportunities available at that stage?
Yes, of course. Let me. So first of all, I guess, yeah, this course, it open for all. It doesn't matter, like, do you have a background in neuroscience or not? You can just enroll. If you're not a student, you also can enroll. This is a great free resource, the neurotechcourse.org. So yeah, you can try this one. And also this, yeah, micro credentials program. If I'm not mistaken, also you can apply even though you're not a student. It's open. So yeah, but
Okay.
this one is great. Yeah, yes. I know this course. I participated in it. Yeah, it's amazing.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing that. Um, there is a question which asks, are there particular opportunities that are only open to people from some countries? And do you know any neuroscience programs that are open for the global south, like Africa?
Um, Not exactly. Um, no, I need to do some research. Yes, and you can. I'm sure that they exist, and you can again try to contact, for example, UC Berkeley or yeah, this training program, or the Neurotech Collider at UC Berkeley, or the Neurostorm program at UC Davis. And I'm sure that they can provide you with the fellowship opportunities. And as I know, it's like a fellowship. They can even, so you can come from a different country, apply for fellowship, and you will even get paid for this fellowship to cover your basic needs for living, for food, and so on. So yeah, these programs, they are open for all. You can apply for fellowship, not okay, even not necessarily for Berkeley or UC Davis, any other major universities. The only thing probably you will need to apply for fellowship is the proof of English knowledge. So if you don't have the certification from TOEFL or IELTS, or you need to check the requirement. But that's it can be important if you apply for fellowship to prove your English knowledge. So if you plan this for the next year, for example, consider taking the courses and pass English language exam in advance. This certificate will last for several years. So if you will do it right now, you can ease your life in the future.
Yes. Thank you so much. If there are any more questions, please feel to drop them in the chat. Please feel to raise your hand. I also had a question, Dr. Hannah. So you got the Women Changing the World Award this year, and you've already talked about your experience as an immigrant. How was your experience navigating the neurosurgery and neuroscience space as a woman? And what kind of advice would you give to women in this field?
Oh, of course, it's let's be honest, it's a male-dominated industry, neurosurgery, and it was so challenging to prove that as a woman, I can be a neurosurgeon and get the respect. Yeah, let's be honest. But um, you know what? If you do your job and you focus on quality of what you are doing and improve your knowledge, it will help. And what I said, knowledge of the industry is not enough. You need networking and visibility. So I highly encourage you to become a member of professional society. There are different societies, for example, for women. Uh, there are a chapter of American Association. There is a chapter, ANAS, American Association of Neurosurgical Societies. They have a chapter, Women in Neurosurgery, WINS. So if you are a member, you have, again, access to the resources, webinars, courses, networking opportunities, fellowship opportunities, scholarship opportunities. For example, this program, Mission Brain, where was it? Yes, Mission Brain program. It also has a collaboration with women in neurosurgery field,
Okay.
women in neurosurgery societies. Another field, professional societies, really great, is Association for Women in Science, AVIS. Let me type in the chat.
That would be really helpful. Thank you.
Let me see. Hold on, everyone. Yes, I recommend you to join this association because, again, it will provide you with the resources, with visibility, opportunities, and networking. Because everything you gain in your life, let's be honest, you gain through other people. We help each other, and if you are able to build meaningful connections with the people from industry through industry events, through the conferences, through the associations, you will succeed. It's about collaboration. It's about partnership. It's about enhancing each other. So I'm in a Mission Brain, Nigeria. It's a good one. Like, wonderful. Yeah, that's great. So I'm glad you know about Mission Brain. So that's another proof that that's a great association, a great initiative.
That's
So yeah,
great. Do we have
networking, visibility, and professional association will help you build your career, regardless of your gender, religious, and everything else.
Okay, thank you for that. Do we have time for one more question from your side?
Yes, I have time. We can
So
continue.
there's a question in the chat, and someone is asking, what is your advice for international medical graduates who are interested in neurosurgery in the US? It is feasible, but they obviously they have not previously seen representation. So what is your advice for them?
Okay, if you're international medical graduate, you can, and if you want to build in your surgical career in the United States, that first you need to pass USMLE exams to get the medical license and improve your knowledge. That's the first step. So if you don't know what is it, USMLE, I put in the chat. After successful USMLE certification, it will take you about 2 or 3 years. You can apply for residency. And that's the great thing, again, about being a member of associations, because it can help you to find a residency. It can help you to build, you need to start building all these connections in advance, not like, okay, today I need to apply for residency. Now what should I do? If you want to do this, you should start now building connections. And look at the, so Women in Neurosurgery WINS Association by ANAS. They have a lot of opportunities for medical students, and you can like go through this association or Mission Brain Foundation or any other. Try to look at the opportunities which provided by professional networks and associations, and be active in this.
Thank you. Thank you so much for taking out the time to talk to us and sharing all of this information. We've all found it really useful. Thank you everyone for joining us as well.
Thank you.
Doctor, could you please make me the host? I don't know why it has removed me from the host.
Okay, I would be happy to. I just don't know
Okay.
how to do it. Okay, let me first stop sharing maybe, and then else. Okay, I'll stop sharing the screen. Host tools. Yeah, if you can help me, tell me what should I do to make you a host again. It will be great.
If you could go to participants, my name would pop
Okay.
up and there would be 3 dots next to it. And if you click next to it, I think you can assign me host duties.
Okay. Make a host.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
I don't know why Zoom did that. Can we
Uh-huh.
please have a huge round of virtual applause for Dr. Hannah and the time she has taken out for us today. And folks, we do have a break for a few hours, so feel free to, I will be ending this meeting for now. Thank you so much for joining us from all over the world. Thank you, Dr. Hannah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.